Welcome to Spiritual Calisthenics. Christ is in our midst.
And March 28th, we commemorate St. Hilarion the New, St. Herodion the Apostle of the 70, and St. Stephen the Wonderworker.
Regarding St. Hilarion took up the monastic life from his youth and lived in seclusion. Later, as abbot of the monastery of Belekiti in Asia Minor, believed to be in Bithynia, not far from Trigalia, he suffered much from the iconoclast and reposed in the year 754. The image of God was faithfully preserved in you, O Father, for you took up the cross and followed Christ. By your actions you taught us to look beyond the flesh, for it passes, rather to be concerned about the soul, which is immortal. Wherefore, O holy Hilarion, your soul rejoices with the angels. From the prophecy of Isaiah.
And the Lord said, because this people draw near with their mouth and honor me with their lips, while their hearts are far from me, and their fear of me is a commandment of men learned by rote. Therefore, behold, I will again do marvelous things with this people, wonderful and marvelous, and the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the discernment of their discerning men shall be hid. Woe to those who hide deep from the Lord their counsel, whose deeds are in the dark, and who say, who sees us? Who knows us? You turn things upside down. Shall the potter be regarded as the clay, that the thing made should say of its maker, he did not make me? Or the thing formed say of him who formed it, he has no understanding? Is it not yet a very little while until Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be regarded as a forest? In that day the deaf shall hear the words of a book, and out of their gloom and darkness the eyes of the blind shall see. The meek shall obtain fresh joy in the Lord, and the poor among men shall exult in the Holy One of Israel. For the ruthless shall come to naught, and the scoffer cease, and all who watch to do evil shall be cut off, who by a word make a man out to be an offender, and lay a snare for him who reproves in the gate, and with an empty plea turn aside him who is in the right.
This is once again talking that the Lord will come, and all of the unrighteousness and all of the evil that has been coming forth will come to naught. And it closes with this. Therefore says the Lord who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob, Jacob being Israel, Jacob shall no longer be ashamed, nor more shall his face grow pale. For when he sees his children, the work of my hands in his midst, they will sanctify my name. They will sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and will stand in awe of the God of Israel. From the book of Genesis. Now the Lord said to Abram, go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and him who curses you will I curse, and by you all the families of the earth shall bless themselves. So this is the call, the beginning of the call of Abraham, who at this time is called Abram. And of course we will meet his wife Sarai, and he has been promised immediately that he will be the father of many nations, and that means that he will be the father of faith. Because although we are going to go through this journey for Isaac, which of course is an allegory for the sacrifice of Christ, what we're seeing here is a man that is our model for faith and obedience. So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions which they had gathered, and the persons that they had gotten in Haran. And they set forth to go to the land of Canaan. When they had come to the land of Canaan, Abram passed through the land in the place of Shechem, to the oak of Moreh. And at that time the Canaanites were in the land. Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, to your descendants I will give this land. So he built there an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him. Now this is something that we're going to see Abram do constantly, is that every time the Lord appears to him and talks to him, he will build an altar and worship. Because again, we are seeing in Abraham, our father, how we ought to worship our God and to be obedient to him. Now, from the book of Proverbs. The simple believes everything, but the prudent looks where he is going. A wise man is cautious and turns away from evil, but a fool throws off restraint and is careless. A man of quick temper acts foolishly, but a man of discretion is patient. The simple acquire folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow down before the good, the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is disliked even by his, but the rich has many friends. Again, we're not talking about physical wealth, we're talking about spiritual wealth. He who despises his neighbor is a sinner, but happy is he who is kind to the poor. Do they not err that devise evil? Those who devise good meet loyalty and faithfulness, In all toil there is profit, but mere talk tends only to want. The crown of the wise is their wisdom, but folly is the garland of fools. A truthful witness saves lives, but one who utters lies is a betrayer. In the fear of the Lord one has strong confidence, and his children will have a refuge. I hope that you've enjoyed today's Spiritual Calisthenics. Have a blessed and wonderful day.